Hey there everyone, welcome to a Paladin's Crusade. I'm Howie, and today we are talking about some turbulent events that have happened in Australia regarding violent and adult content in video games. Some people got pissed off about some stuff and acted, let's just say, rashly, to say the least. And we're going to have a little chat about that, and I'm going to share with you my opinion on the whole situation. Enjoy.
Useless bunch of arrogant, judgmental, controlling little worms. This week a couple of Australian shopping outlets removed copies of Grand Theft Auto 5 from their shelves. I'm not going to name names, I wouldn't want to make anyone a target. Okay, Marty? That one was hard. Anyway, I don't generally purchase games from these stores, and we are definitely not in any danger of not being able to find copies of Rockstar's fantastic, yet supremely controversial product. I already own GTA 5 on PS4, and I was most likely never going to buy any other games from Target or Kmart anyway. However, the problem is not that it's been removed from shelves in these two relatively insignificant retail outlets, but rather that the reasons given by those who petitioned for its removal are ill-founded, insulting, and pretty cocking stupid, representative of a bigger problem that affects us all. The following is a direct quote. "Games like this are grooming yet another generation of boys to tolerate violence against women." Well, that's a disgusting, offensive, erroneous opinion to have. So now I'm not only a violent, desensitized potential mass murderer, I'm a hateful, loathsome misogynist as well. Now I want you to understand this very clearly. I'm not irked by the fact that I won't be able to buy certain titles at outlets I don't actually shop at. I understand that this particular facet of the issue is relatively inconsequential, at least to most gamers who shop either online or at more game-centric outlets. What pisses me off, what really twists my little pink turnips, is the complete lack of respect for my character displayed in public spaces. Society, especially the relatively large demographic of middle-aged parents, is gullible as hell, and if these individuals are presented with a badly worded petition that basically says, should we ban games with violent content and depictions of violence to women in the interest of public safety? It's pretty likely they're going to say yes, which more than anything else is tantamount to slinging their shit at us and making us look bad in the impressionable and gullible public eye. This game is not grooming boys, and I think they use that word very deliberately, to do anything. We have an R18 rating in Australia that very strictly prevents persons under the age of 18, i.e. boys, from purchasing the product. It has never, ever in the history of entertainment been easier to stop your children from being exposed to inappropriate content. I will also mention that both outlets are continuing to stock R18 movies and television series, just not this one game, because of reasons probably. The specific content they are of course referring to is the option in GTA 5 to hire prostitutes, have your way with them, beat the piss out of them and steal your money back. A gross, immoral and uncouth display to be sure when it occurs in real life, but as we've discussed during the course of the last episode, it isn't actually real. Like most violent, misogynistic, racist or otherwise undesirable behaviour displayed in video games, or indeed any artistic medium, this is a depiction rather than a condoning or a glorification. Admittedly, you can violently assault women and steal their money, although if you've played GTA at any point ever, you will know that you can pretty much do this literally to anyone, including men. It would indeed be creatively damaging and truly discriminatory to allow the killing of men, but arbitrarily stop the player from treating women in the same fashion. GTA encourages equality through bloodshed. Now regarding violence towards and the sexual abuse of women, Grand Theft Auto doesn't encourage shit. Play it, and you'll find at no point is the killing of a woman required. Furthermore, any and all sexual content, should you choose to experience it, is strictly consensual and optional. These claims, while similar to those regarding violence, are actually far more offensive to gamer types, as gross behaviour like rape is inherently more evil. Whilst killing can be morally justified in a number of situations, rape is an act that unwaveringly involves a victim and is always, without exception, worthy of our hatred and condemnation. Claiming that I am desensitized to violence just means that I'm a mentally ill and dangerous person, but if you ever suggest that games are encouraging me to tolerate rape, that's a different kind of implication, and I'd ask you to never attempt to talk to me again, you sour, unfortunate piece of intellectual refuse. You have no point. I don't wholly blame the powers that be at Kmart and Target. Surely it's not any fault of theirs that concerned parents believe that this R18 title is being marketed toward kids. Although... What? Really? Spider-Man and Barbie dolls, Peppa Pig, And Grand Theft Auto 5, R18 rating proudly emblazoned across the photo. Come on guys, you're positively begging for it with this stuff. You need to fire your catalogue editors. I'm going to get political for a moment. I do not consider myself a feminist. I absolutely respect your right and will to do so, but I myself do not feel the need to identify with any particular group in order to display my political sensibilities. I identify as someone who is not a violent misogynistic dick, just a good person, and I don't have to label myself feminist for people to see that. As an extreme example, I don't exclaim proudly that I am anti-rape. It's just assumed that a person with a healthy mind and solid moral code, i.e. most people, will not tolerate despicable acts like sexual assault, misogynistic behaviour, and unnecessary violence. It's enough for me just to not be a total cockend. However, as I've said, if you want to identify as a feminist, fair enough, and more power to you for it. Unfortunately, I cannot stand for people unjustly attacking my character and the hobby I so adore under the guise of feminism, and I understand very clearly, by the way, that the ideas being conveyed by these people are skewed, knee-jerk reactions to content they don't like and will never play, and are not feminist in nature. It's rude, and it's dumb, as well as also being totally bell-ended. The creators of this petition are controlling, judgmental weasels, and need to take a big step backwards to examine their claims with a little objectivity. Sadly, the people who signed in favour of the removal of GTA 5 are ignorant, frightened sheep, and I don't blame them entirely for the amount of bullshit portrayed in the media regarding games. But please, in future, inform yourself. Don't just jump on the train because some twat with a piece of paper told you they were going to try and save all the children by taking a game off the shelf they couldn't even access without your permission. Thank you.